Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody from Sri Vrindavan Dham. By the unlimited mercy of Radharani and Guru Maharaj and devotees, at this moment I am in Vrindavan Dham, very close to Bansivat and very close to Sri Yamuna Devi, where our today's topic is going to move around. All that we are going to discuss today, and we discussed 2 Mondays back, was all happening where I am sitting today. So it's a very wonderful thing. And in the part 2 of Raas Leela, we came up to the point that Krishna tested the gopis and gopis passed the test. So we'll offer prayers and before we start. Om Agyana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Tadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, as it was gap last Monday, we'll just do a small recap of what all the gopis said in short. And Krishna told them to go back home. Gopis came in the middle of the night and Krishna said, please go home. So Gopis said, you have played the flute and called us here. You have stolen our hearts. Now you are telling us to go back home to do our duties. Our duty towards you is the highest. You have ignited the fire of love in our hearts and by playing your flute. And now you have stolen our mind and heart. And now you are telling us to go. It's quite contradictory to your statements and action. Your action and your words are contradicting. We can't go away leaving your lotus feet. Please pour your nectar of love on our burning hearts. Please accept us. We have abandoned everything, all our attachments and relationships to achieve you, to associate with you, and to genuinely serve you. One of the most important points which Gopis mentioned was that we have not come to enjoy, we have come to serve you. Let us not, please don't deprive us of the opportunity to serve you selflessly. Which woman will not deviate from dharma after hearing your flute? You have purposely played your flute in such a way to divert our attention from all the objects of our family life. You have taken birth in Vrindavan to just relieve all the Brijvasis of all their distress. And right now we are in distressed condition. Place your hand on our heads. And so on and so forth. Duty towards you is the highest than all the duties towards husbands, wives, and children and family members. At this point of time, Krishna was very happy and they passed the test that Krishna was putting on them. Actually, it's a very difficult test in one sense. Someone gets attracted to the flute of Krishna. Their parents, their brothers, their husbands, everybody is stopping them and they're running away, giving up all their duties. They look to be very disobedient and rebellious and kind of very adharmic women. But they did all that for Krishna and they left home. And they went all the way in the forest. And after reaching them, Krishna tells, now you go back home. Now you have seen the beauty of the moon, of Ashwin. You have seen the beauty of Vrindavan, blossoming flowers in the night, chirping birds, the milk-like soothing rays of the moon of Ashwina. Now you can go back home. So it's quite heartbreaking, You done so much. But still, Krishna wanted to prove to the whole world the exalted position of all the gopis. That's why he did all the testing to see the commitment. And gopis were highly committed. Krishna even spoke about their chastity to their family members, to their husbands. But gopis said that the highest chastity is to serve you and to please you. And in front of serving you and pleasing you, no other chastity, no other dharma can stand. So Krishna also could not say anything on that. He was telling them, you meditate on me, you hear about me, you worship my deity, you chant my holy name, all those principles of bhakti he was telling them. You don't have to be close to me. You don't have to embrace me to show your love for me. You can meditate on me, you can chant my name, you can serve me, you serve my deity, and express your love from distance. There's no need to be so close to me. So the very, a person who is fallen in love with Krishna is a very harsh kind of statement. But still, Krishna said that, gopis also answered that in a particular way. And they finally won the heart of Krishna. And then what did Krishna do? Krishna then started spending time with them. He touched them, he put his arms on their shoulders. And they never came to know at what point of time he actually multiplied with unlimited forms. They just saw Krishna coming to them, touching them, putting his hands on their shoulders, talking to them sweetly, throwing sidelong glances. It is said as soon as he put his sidelong glances on them, they just became so cheerful. They became so effulgent. All their moroseness went away. Then it is said, Krishna, this all was happening at the bank of Yamuna. Today we feel that Bansivat is a place in the northern corner of Vrindavan. And it was just one tree and a small temple of about 1,000 square feet area. But Rasa Mandal was not 1,000 square feet. Rasa Mandal was all Vrindavan. Because during that time, one more pastime took place, which I will tell you, which is just close by from here, which is just Madan Ter, just 2 minutes walk from here, which is about 5 kilometers as on date today. And all that was happening in the Rasa Mandal only. So you can imagine Yamuna is actually going around the Vrindavan as the layer of kajal on the eye. How does the line of kajal or the black mascara goes around the eye, completely doing pradakshina? Like that, Yamuna, the dark color Yamuna is doing pradakshina of the eye of Vrindavan. So it's going round. So everything is rounded. So all that Rasa Mandal at the bank of Yamuna, which actually the central point was Bansivat, but actually whole of Vrindavan was Rasa Mandal. How can it accommodate millions and billions of gopis who were dancing with Krishna? And then they were not the only there. With each gopi there was one Krishna. So millions of gopis and millions of Krishnas also were there. And they were not dancing with like second-class local train in Mumbai. How it is jam-packed, you can't even move your hands. It's not like that. They had free hand movements, they were dancing, swinging, jumping. Krishna, I read in Gopal Champu, you all have seen His Holiness Radhanath Swami dancing. It's a different dancing generally. When you see him dancing in these young days, it is not, it is a ISKCON dance, no doubt, Gaudiya Math dance or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement dance. But no one generally dances like that. But it is explained in detail in Gopal Champu how Krishna was dancing. And when you read that very intently, you will come to know it was exactly like the way Radhanath Maharaj dances. The way he jumps in between and he takes circles in the air in between and it goes round and round and all that thing. It also is similar to what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would dance in Srivas Angan. The same way they would dance. They will take a circle in the air and come down, and dhoti will go in circles, hands will go in circles. So the point I was trying to make was there was enough space there They were not dashing against each other. No gopi dashed against each other. If it would have happened that way, then all the gopis would have come to know that there is Krishna next to them also, because they would have come to their senses. If my hand dashes with your hand, I come to know that you are there because I am dashing with your hand. And then I see Krishna next to you also. But they never touched each other. They were dancing so beautifully that when Krishna was with them in multiplied manner, there was no touching also. When they danced together holding hands like round and round, that time they were knowing that Krishna is dancing. But when they were dancing alone with Krishna, they never touched anybody else. So the point I am conveying is there was enough space. There was no dearth of space. Gopis never felt I can't go in that area because she's dancing there. How can I go that area? I have only this circle with me of 25 square feet. It's not like that. So Krishna, they never came to know when Krishna multiplied and came with each and every gopi. Then Krishna, talk sweet words to them. And Krishna sang songs for them. Then gopis sang beautiful songs in response. Then Krishna sang in response beautiful songs. Then they got thirsty. So Krishna got water from Jamuna and fed them water in Jamuna. Then they wandered all over the forest of Vrindavan in the beautiful milk-like moonlight all over the trees, over the Yamuna, over the lotus flowers reflecting. And they really had good time walking with Krishna, having fun with Krishna, talking sweet words of joy, jokings, sidelong glances, exchanging love through eyes and touch. They got tired, then they sat down, and each Krishna, next to each gopi, massaged the feet of gopis. And then they came to the bank of Yamuna again. They sat down and they had good talks to each other. So this went on for a long time. And after some time, that is after a long time, they came to know, oh, look at Krishna. He's only with me. He's not with anybody else. And mind you, that the dance never began at this point of time. Krishna has just multiplied and Krishna is giving individual time, personal association, seclusion association to each and every gopi. And there's so many loving exchanges happening. Singing is there, walking is there, massaging is there, drinking water is there. But they didn't dance. Before that, only gopis became thinking, they started thinking that, oh, I'm so special. On the planet Earth, I am so special. Krishna is Supreme Lord, the master of everything, and he is with me. Imagine how fortunate I am, how great I am, how best I am amongst all the women on the earth. Wow. I am so special and I am the best woman on earth. This is what they started thinking. Because of Krishna's extraordinary attention to them. And then there is one beautiful quote which is given by disciples of Prabhupada, quote by Bharat Muni, which he says that unless you experience enough of separation, one cannot value one cannot understand the value of the personal association of the beloved. If one hasn't experienced enough of separation from the beloved, then he doesn't understand the value of meeting. So this is the formula of love. Even there are many sher in Urdu, which says that if there is enough waiting, then there is so much joy in meeting. If there is no enough waiting, there is no joy in meeting. I also suddenly made a English sher. If there is no enough waiting, there is no joy in meeting. So the Lord, as soon as he sensed that pride in each gopi, it was not a pride like our pride. Like our pride, I'm so beautiful, I'm so handsome, I'm so attractive, my hair is so long and beautiful, and my eyes are so beautiful. It is not that kind of pride. It's a spiritual pride. But still, pride is pride, if it is spiritual or material. And the point is that whether pride is spiritual or material, Krishna doesn't like it. That is more important than what kind of pride we have. Krishna doesn't like material or spiritual pride. And that too in his devotees, he doesn't like it at all. Because when he sees the pride, material pride in the non-devotees, he just hands them over to Maya. You look after them. Maya will take care of them. But when he becomes a devotee and he becomes proud of something, material or spiritual, Krishna is concerned, so much concerned about the welfare of his devotees. And acharyas and great souls, I have personally heard from great souls that pride, अहंकार जो होता है वो कृष्ण को बड़ा दूर कर देता है, हमसे कृष्ण को दूर कर देता है. Krishna goes very far away as soon as ahankar comes. Our ahankar and our dear Lord Sri Krishna, they can't stay together. It's like two co-wives in today's world cannot stay together. It's not possible only. How can you keep two co-wives in the same house where you are living? You have to go to the separate place to meet your co-wife. And you have to come home to meet your original wife. So it's as much incompatible, immiscible as that to have our own pride and our Sri Krishna staying together. It's not possible. So either you choose your pride to have or you choose Krishna to have. You have to give up your pride and have Krishna, or you have to give up Krishna and keep your pride. So Krishna left them immediately because this is the proof that as soon as pride enters, Krishna leaves. And he goes far away. And he becomes invisible. He becomes impossible to attain or to meet after that. That kind of disappearance is there. And the second thing is, Krishna wanted to relieve his gopis because they were very dear to him. They had just passed their test. So Krishna wanted to relieve his devotees of their pride. Krishna wanted to see them purified. That's why he went away. And the second reason which Acharyas tell, he went away to exhibit his renunciation, Vairagya. Krishna is supremely Vairagi, supremely renounced. That is his sixth opulence. One of the most prominent opulences of Krishna is Vairagya. He is not attached to any of the devotees or any of the people in the world. Although he loves everybody, he is not attached to anybody. So these are two reasons why Krishna disappeared. Now you can see, as soon as Krishna disappeared, everybody came to know Krishna disappeared. They were all with him, enjoying such intense, intimate adan pradan, give and take. They didn't even realize that there was somebody else around them. They only were so absorbed that they forgot everything. Even the fellow gopis also they forgot. They were so absorbed. Krishna's association was so captivating. So suddenly they came to know that the world has become void. The beloved has gone. And when they realized that the beloved has gone, they came to the cognizance of the fellow gopis. That time they first perceived, oh, they also exist next to me. And they met each other. And they were very, very intently telling each other, Krishna was with me. Leaving everybody else, he was with me. And the fellow gopis also said the same thing. Leaving everybody, Krishna was with me. And everybody said, there's a big noise there. And he was with me, he was with me, he was with me. And soon they came to know that he was with everybody. Soon they came to know he was with everybody. Such an amazing thing it is. And that really humbled them. And whatever so-called pride was there in their heart of their exclusive existence, that pride went away. And now they were sad. And they were thinking why we are becoming proud, why we became proud. See, because of our foolishly becoming proud, we lost the association of Krishna. How foolish we are, how mad we are. I think my bandwidth is low. Please bear with me. Let me come back again. So they were now remembering his sweet smiles, his movements, his gait like a mad elephant when he was walking with them, his sidelong glances, his enchanting, pleasing talks, which was so much pleasing to the hearts of them. Hare Krishna.
Both the charger light yourself and take. This phone is not suitable for viewing while charging.
So, in that deep memory of the Lord, which they had just had the association of the Lord, they started enacting the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Now, there is one important point to learn here. The easiest way to associate with Krishna is by remembering him. Same thing Uddhav also experienced, that gopis were in so much separation from Krishna when he went to Mathura. But exactly what happened when they were talking about Krishna and remembering him and remembering his pastimes, and they were taking Uddhav to the memory, to the places where the pastimes had been performed, what they were remembering. They appear to be very happy. They appear to be very free from their separation. So that was the proof. Even Uddhav did not disturb them because he thought there is so much of pain of separation, and now they appear to be happy as if they are meeting with Krishna now, as if their beloved is meeting them. So it didn't disturb them. And 6 full months the gopis were taking Uddhav from place to place, talking about Krishna, remembering of Krishna, what he performed this place, that place, this is where we did what. So remembering Krishna is the most powerful thing in our life. Please understand this. We need to learn how to remember Krishna. And the easiest way to remember Krishna is to chant his holy names. And that is difficult. We are not in concentration. Then listen to Krishna's pastimes. The whole description now onwards, which I'm going to tell you, is all about pastimes of Krishna, which gopis are remembering and repeating and narrating. Just see what they did, how they began. They were so absorbed in remembering Krishna that they forgot everything and they were actually feeling that they were Krishna only. Like first, what they did, they first started begin asking the trees. They were taking names of the trees: Ashoka, Naga, Punnaga, Champaka. Have you seen our Krishna? Oh, Tulsi Devi, you are so dear to Krishna. You must be knowing where Krishna is. They were asking Tulsi Devi. Then they asked Mother Earth. Oh, Mother Earth, you are all over spread, everywhere. And Krishna is putting his lotus feet on you somewhere. You must be definitely knowing where Krishna is. Please, oh Mother Earth, please tell us where Krishna is. Because you are surely having his 2 lotus feet on your chest, everywhere, wherever he is going. So there's no place where you are not existing. Then, oh wife of the deer, have you seen our Lord Achyuta walking with his beloved, bringing great joy to your eyes? Oh trees, we are seeing you. We are seeing you that you're bowing down. That means our Lord Madhav must have just passed by you. That's why you're offering obeisances to him. Please tell us which direction he went. So, Ramya Devata, Vanya Devata, she deers, Mother Earth, trees, everybody we were asking. Singing songs and asking. And then, suddenly, being distraught and fatigued by asking these questions to non-replying people, like the Brahma Devata, Vanya Devata, trees and the Prithvi. Suddenly, they began to enact his pastimes. One gopi imitated Putana, another acted like a baby and pretended to suck the breast. Another gopi imitated infant Krishna and kicked the gopi who were playing as a cart. So one gopi was playing a cart. So one gopi enacted as Krishna. So she kicked and the cart broke. Another one became Trinavarta and took away another gopi. And then that gopi killed that gopi in activity. 2 gopis imitated as Balaram and Krishna, who were playing with cowherd boys. One gopi enacted as King, Vatsasura. And one gopi acted as Krishna, one gopi acted as Balram. And they caught hold of Vatsasura and they killed. Then one of them killed Bakasura, acting as Krishna. When one gopi perfectly imitated how Krishna would call the cows. You can imagine now? Krishna calls his cows, and gopis very well knew how he calls his cows. So one gopi imitated Krishna's calling cows so perfectly that all the other gopis clapped and they said, "Well done, well done." Another gopi actually picked up the flute and played exactly like Krishna, and all the gopis said, "Well done, well done." Now they started enacting as a rain. Rain is coming. And one gopi became Krishna and said, "Don't be afraid of the wind and rain. I will save you." And then they lifted the shawl in the air as if they are lifting over the mountain. One gopi climbed on the another gopi's shoulders. And the gopi on whom she climbed was acting as Kaliya. And the gopi who climbed was acting as Krishna. And she said, "Go away from here, you wicked serpent. You should know that I have appeared in this world just to punish envious people like you, O snake Kaliya." Then another gopi spoke up. "Oh dear coward boys, quickly close your eyes. I shall protect you by drinking the fire." So the gopi imitated as if she is drinking the fire, Davandana. The gopis followed the path. Now what happened? Just imagine. While they were enacting Krishna's pastimes one after another, they were in separation when they were calling the deers and earth and Brahma Devata, Vanya Devata, they were actually in pain. But when they were enacting the pastimes of Krishna, they were blissful, although Krishna was not there. So in the form of the enactment, in the form of their remembrance, and in the form of the pastime they were enacting, Krishna was with them. Please understand. So we all can actually associate with Krishna by remembering his pastimes, by chanting his name, and by also performing the drama that we do annually. Please understand. All of us are having intense association of Krishna when we are watching or performing the drama. That is the whole point. That is the whole point we should understand. So, suddenly when they were enacting, at one point they came after enacting. Suddenly they saw Krishna's footprints intermingled with those of his dearmost consort. And that again broke their meditation. Now see how well they knew Krishna, that they knew what is there on the sole of Krishna's feet also. And how does Krishna's footprint look like? All of us should know, each and every day they would watch Krishna's footprints on the ground when Krishna would leave to herd the cows. Every single day they saw Krishna's lotus feet. Yashoda saw Krishna's lotus feet. Rohini saw Krishna's lotus feet. Nanda Maharaj saw, all the coward boys, coward men saw. They were just not knowing Krishna. They were knowing Krishna in and out, in depth. Every single aspect of Krishna's body they knew. That's why you can imagine, it is not daylight. It's moonlight. It's in the middle of the night. And what they are watching in the moonlight, you can just try yourself. If you can see somebody's even chappal also in moonlight, what to speak of footprint. And they were able to perceive Krishna's footprints and Radha's footprints in the middle of the moonlight. That is the glory actually of gopis, that they could appreciate the two pairs of footprints. And they could also understand, oh, there's a mark of flag, there's a mark of lotus, there's a mark of thunderbolt, elephant goad, ankusha, baby corn, barley, and so forth, fish, and so many other signs were there. They could clearly distinguish them as belonging to son of Nanda Maharaj. Ye Nanda ke Lala ke charan chinna hai. You could understand immediately. The gopis followed the path. Now they stopped enacting. See, they stopped enacting the dramas. They started following the footprints. and just went and went and went. And there are very amazing things are there. They didn't see the same things everywhere. First they saw Radha's footprints, Krishna's footprints going together. And when going in zigzag way. So they could understand, oh, he must have put his hand with great love on Radharani's shoulders. And they must be walking in trance, in complete happiness, being completely immersed in love for each other. So they're not walking like a straight line, they're walking zigzag. And here we see the footprints of the same gopi who must have been walking along with the son of Nanda Maharaj. He must have put his arms on his shoulder. Certainly this gopi is perfectly worshipped Govinda. That is why he is so pleased with her. And that is why he has left us, and all of us he has left, and he has gone with her only alone. To give all his personal association and love only for her. You can imagine how much he must have pleased Krishna. What do we see here? The gopis are not envious. They're not envious at all. They feel she has served Krishna and pleased Krishna more than us. At one point of time, there's a very beautiful realization the Acharyas have mentioned. The Acharyas have mentioned that at this point of time, when Krishna left them, they understood that actually we have not taken blessings of Radharani, our dearmost friend. That is why Sri Krishna is not appearing to us. Because we have forgotten that Radharani owns Krishna. Krishna is the property of Radharani. Only when she blesses, Krishna is available to anybody. So we wanted to attain Krishna on our own strength. So we lost him. We are not capable of attaining Krishna and maintaining of Krishna's association on our own strength. We need Radharani's blessings, and we did not take that. That's why we lost Krishna. And see, to prove our conviction, Krishna is now with Radharani alone because he is her property. Now they are going ahead. My dear friends, you see, the footprints are of a special gopi. They are really disturbing to us. She alone has taken away Krishna to a secluded place, and she's enjoying Krishna's association. We now cannot see her footprints any longer. It is obvious that the twigs and the pebbles must be hurting Radharani, and Krishna must have lifted Radharani on his shoulders. She must have got hurt with these stones and pebbles. And then look at this place. Krishna's footprints are pressed more deeply into the ground. Surely it is because Radharani is on his shoulders, so his weight has increased. So his footprints have gone deeper. And now they go over here. See, the intelligent boy has put her down to gather some flowers. He has left the impressions of only the front of his footprints. Now see, think properly. First they see two footprints. Then they see one pair of footprints deeper. That means Radharani on the shoulder of Krishna. Then they find two footprints, but one footprint only half and much deeper. That means Krishna has raised his heels to pluck some flowers for Radharani's decoration. So he is raising his heels. So his half footprint only is there and it's deeper. And he is plucking flowers. And then again there are two footprints. So they say Krishna must be decorating Radharani's hair over here. And then again there is description by Shukadeva Swami that Krishna really gave lot of personal attention to Radharani and spent really good variety of time doing variety of activities all over walking with Radharani. And then suddenly she feels proud. She feels that, oh, I never walk so much. My father never makes me walk on the ground like this. I'm always in my palace. And today you have made me walk so much. I'm feeling so tired. Now you please do something. So Krishna senses that pride in her. She also felt that she is so special that he has left everybody and he has only been with her. And it was a fact. About the gopis, it was not true. He was with everybody. He has not left anybody. But about Radharani, it is a fact that he has left everybody. Everybody is crying there in the forest. And here Krishna is only with Radharani. So when he sensed that Pride in Radharani. Krishna said, okay, you climb on my shoulders. I will take you. And he sat down and she was about to climb on his shoulders and he disappeared. And she raised her foot to put on the shoulder of Krishna and there was no Krishna there. Now, our acharyas, they give very wonderful explanation about this activity of Krishna and Radharani also. See, Radharani's heart is full of compassion. The prime quality of Radharani, of course, is love. But that love is always overwhelmed by compassion for others. Please understand, when the love is mature and love is super mature and over mature, it is covered by compassion. The compassion is higher than the love also. It appears that way. So Radharani was feeling, oh, see, my all beloved friends are bereft of the Sangha of Krishna. Because I am with Krishna. So I am actually making all the gopis become bereft of the association of Krishna. And she felt very bad for them. And she knew that they are all crying in the forest, talking to creepers and trees and birds and Vanya Devata, Grami Devata, Prithvi and everybody. So she wanted to go back and pacify them. That is why she acted as if she was proud. She wanted to go to them and be with them and console them, assure them that Krishna will come. That is why she acted like that and she left. Krishna disappeared. And when she lost Krishna's association, she started doing akrosh, loudly crying, wailing actually. And gopis heard that. They were already walking in the forest, hearing that. Gopis heard that and they ran towards this sound. And they found Radharani. And you can see, imagine. I will now read further things in detail. Okay. So then Radharani did akrosh. And gopis followed that sound and met Radharani. And Radharani explained how Krishna adored her. And how Krishna was giving her association personally. How fortunate she was. And then all of them cried together. Because all of them now lost association of Krishna. Then they actually bathed Radharani with the honey coming from special flowers. They bathed Krishna with scented waters, Radharani with scented waters. They showered flower petals on her to pacify her fire of separation. And then they all started searching Krishna together. Now, before they were searching without Radharani, now they started searching Krishna together with Radharani. And this is our chapter number 31. I think that is 31 chapter. Chapter 30, Gopis search for Krishna. Yeah, chapter 31 is Jayati te dhikam janmana vraja shrayata indira shashvadatrahi. This is chapter 31 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Ras Panchayadi, Panchadhyayi, third chapter. This is Gopi Geet. And what do I tell you? This particular chapter can take lectures after lectures after lectures. All Mondays will be finished in this one. Such a deep heart of Srimad Bhagavatam. Was this Pranay Geet? Was this Venu Geet? Then there is Pranay Geet. The gopis are, when they are calling all the trees, and that's called Pranay Geet. So it is said the Pranay Geet actually is the heart, the consciousness, the feelings, the love, emotions that gopis had for Krishna. That is expressed in Pranay Geet. So if you want to read, anybody wants to read the heart of gopis, they should read the 30th chapter of 10th canto. That is called Pranay Geet. And then when they are calling out and they are feeling separation and searching for the Lord, that is 31st chapter. That is Gopi Geet. Now see the word Jayati te dhikam janmana vrajaha. We should at least discuss 2-3 verses, if not more. The gopis said, "O beloved Krishna, your birth in the land of Braja has made it exceedingly glorious." First point they made. that we are grateful to you for your having chosen Braj Bhumi Vrindavan Dham as your birthplace. Just by your appearing in Braj Bhumi, the Braj Bhumi has become exceedingly Jayati te Adhikam. Janmana Brajaha. In Braja, you have taken Janma. That's why the Braja Bhumi has become Adhikam glorious. Adhikam Jayati. And then what they say? Shrayata Indira Shashwadatrahi. So much so that the goddess of fortune, Indira, that is Lakshmi, she has chosen to always reside over here. You know something very interesting factor. When did Lakshmi actually enter Vrindavan Dham? The time when Krishna appeared in Devaki's prison house. At that time, Krishna ordered Lakshmi to go to Gokul and spread your glories and spread your Aishwarya. Well, I'm going to very soon reach there. I want all the opulence over there. So when Lakshmi ji actually left from the Karagruha area, she crossed Jamuna actually. And that time, one of the reasons why the lotus flowers blossomed, because they saw their mistress Kamalini Devi, Lakshmi Devi, who herself holds a lotus in her hand. And her name is Kamalini also. And also she stands on lotus flower also. So that Kamalini, their master, their mistress, she was going across Jamuna. That's why all the lotus flowers blossomed. And then from there she crossed Jamuna and went to Gokul. And Gokul became extraordinarily opulent. And since then, she never left Gokul and never left Vrindavan. Wherever Krishna was, she was accompanying. Wherever Krishna moved from Gokul to Vrindavan, from Nandagaon to Barsana, wherever he went, Lakshmi Devi resided in Brajbhumi eternally. That is why the gopis are confidently telling, that Shrayata Indira Shashvadatrahi. What is the meaning of Shashvadatrahi? Surely, Shashvat. Is confidently they are saying that she is residing there. Then they say, Daita Drishyata Dikshutavaka. They say that we maintain our life heirs only for you, my Lord. Please give darshan. We are searching for you everywhere. Your devoted servants, it is only for your sake. Your devoted servants, we maintain our lives and life heirs. We have been searching for you everywhere. So please show yourself to us. Tvaidruta swata tvam vichinvate. We are searching tvam vichinvate. We are searching you. Sharadudashaye sadhujatasa sarasijodara Sri Mushadrisha Suratnatate Shulkadasita Varadanignato Neha Kim Vadaha. O Lord of love, in beauty, your glance excels the world of finest, most perfectly formed lotus. Within an autumn pond. See, in autumn, all the ponds are filled up with lotus flowers. And the best of all lotus flowers, finest of all, perfectly formed, it is compared to your glance. The beauty of your glance is like the perfectly blossomed lotus in an autumn pond. Sharada Udashaye. O bestower of benedictions. O who bestows benediction to all. You are killing the maid servants who have been themselves given to you freely, without any price. Neha Kim Vada. Haven't you murdered us? We have given you ourselves without any price. 100% we have offered yourself, sacrificing everything that is attachment to us. And you have left us. That means, is it not a murder that you are doing? Anyway, this goes on like this, and then the beautiful verse comes. Tavakathamritam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadhatatam Bhuvi Brunnanti Te Bhurida Janaha. How wonderful the gopis are. They are expressing their gratitude to all those who are distributing Krishna actually. We'll discuss that. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. They are expressing now, oh my Lord, our beloved Krishna, your stories, your pastimes, your leelas are the life of all people, life saviors for those who are burning in separation, burning in pain of the material existence. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam, those who are burning in the fire of birth and death of the material world. What a solace your Katha gives. It's like sprinkling the drops of Amruta. It's like a refreshing moonlight falling on the burning heart, pacifying the hearts of people. Because they had just experienced that few minutes ago when they were themselves enacting Krishna's pastimes. They had felt that solace themselves only. So they're talking about realizations that your Katha is like Amruta and it is the solace of all burning souls, burning hearts. And the nectar of your words and descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in the material world. These narrations, these leelas, transmitted by the learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon all the people who hear them. So this is the important point. However miserable we all of us are, or we may be, or we have been in the past, what can relieve us and will relieve us and is relieving us is Krishna's wonderful pastimes. We haven't tried it yet. We only have heard it in theory. But we have not practiced it when actual misery comes, when actual difficulties come. Do we run to Krishna's pastimes? Do we run to Krishna's holy names? Do we run to the devotees? Very rarely we do that. And when we do that, we can be called as realized souls. If we have that proclivity, that tendency to run to the holy name, run to the pastimes of the Lord, run to Bhagavatam, and run to devotees, that is the sign of a realized soul, an advanced devotee of the Lord. These narrations, the pastimes of the Lord, are broadcast all over the world and are filled with all spiritual powers. Certainly those who spread the message of Godhead and the Leela of the Lord and the Katha of the Lord are most beneficent. Bhuvi Brunnanti te Bhurida Jana. Bhurida means those are most beneficent, Udar and merciful people. And Lord Krishna is indebted to them by his own choice and love, because it is his mission to save people from the suffering in the material world. And the great souls, by spreading the Leela of Krishna, are saving people from the suffering of the material world. That's why from Lord Krishna's point of view, they are Bhurida Jana. And also from Gopis' point of view, they are Bhurida Jana. So Gopis are here glorifying. So, in short, I'll repeat again. The nectar of your Katha is the life and soul for those who are suffering in the world. Those Kathas, 1, they do Papanash. 2, they bring good fortune. 3, they are filled with transcendental power. 4, they are broadcasted all over the world. 5th, those who spread, they are very beneficent. These 5 points are made in this one sloka. And now we come to a very interesting situation which we will describe over here. At that particular point, I don't know how much time we have got. Okay, we'll try our best. Now Gopis are searching with Radharani. And where is Krishna? Krishna also has not felt nice after leaving Radharani. Krishna is feeling separation from Radharani. So he also is wandering in the forest of Vrindavan alone. Why did I leave Radharani? Why did I leave Gopis? So in that mood of separation, in the intense desire to meet Radharani, he went and sat under one tree at the bank of Jamuna, which is not very far from this place where I am sitting. It's about only 15 minutes walk from here, maybe 1 kilometer. It takes 5 minutes for auto rickshaw drive. And you come to that place called Imli Tala, which is right at the bank of Yamuna. It's an Imli tree, tamarind tree. And then Gopis, what are they doing? Gopis are with Radharani expressing their sorrow and joy in various ways, how the lovers in separation do. They level the sand of. Then what happened? Krishna is now Gopis are coming from that side. They don't know where Krishna is. And Krishna is sitting on the bank at the Jamuna under the tree. He sat down there in the lotus posture, closed his eyes, and two things he did. He started chanting Radhe Radhe by his lips, and he started meditating on Radharani's lotus feet in the courtyard of his heart. Kalindi Tata Kunja Mandira Tate. This is the shloka from Radha Sudhanidhi. Extremely wonderful shloka. That which very clearly explains that Krishna is softly chanting intensely by his lips Radhe Radhe, and Krishna is the Charana Dvaya, Pada Dvaya, the two lotus feet, the pair of lotus feet of Radharani. He is caressing with his hand in mood, in spirit, in the courtyard of his heart, and deeply meditating on the lotus feet of Radharani. And lo and behold, what kind of meditation he is having. He's not having mixed meditation. He's fully absorbed. He's not thinking, where's my mother? Where's the butter? Where are the cows? He's only meditating on Radharani's lotus feet and chanting Radhe Radhe. And because of that, he turns golden yellow. His dark color, Sham Sundar, like the fully filled up monsoon cloud. And he slowly took up the complexion of Radharani. He didn't know that. He didn't know anything what is happening to him. When he is fully overwhelmed with the emotion of love and separation from Radharani, he is performing sadhana now. His sadhana is this sadhana only, to chant her name and to meditate her on her lotus feet in the courtyard of his heart. And he assumes her complexion. And when he assumes her complexion, he becomes ecstatic. He becomes so joyful and blissful that he also himself forgets himself. Oh, who is he? That is the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai. He just forgets himself completely. He loses himself. His persona, his identification, he forgets. Now there's a big identity crisis over here. Krishna has lost his identity. He is no more Krishna. And neither is Radharani also. He's somewhere in between. His body is like Krishna wearing peacock feather and pitambar, but his complexion is like Radharani, his heart is Radharani, his bhav is Radharani, his remembrance also is Radharani. His chanting name also Radharani. And at that very moment, when it becomes turned yellow and yellowish, golden yellowish, Radharani and gopis appear there, searching Krishna. And they see this amazing sight, where this person whom they have never seen in Vrindavan, ever, they are watching now. This person is exactly like Krishna, but he has a golden yellow complexion. He's wearing peacock feather and pitambar, but he's having yellow complexion. How can he be Krishna? So they are discussing among themselves, who is he? Have you ever seen him? Radha is asking, they are asking Radharani, and they are discussing, who is he? Anybody knows? Anybody has seen him? And then they say, Radharani, why don't you go and find out yourself only? Ask him. So she goes ahead. And she goes and touches Krishna. And as soon as she touches Krishna, Krishna from within his heart, now his whole consciousness is, not fugal, what do you call it? Centripetal. His whole consciousness is drawn within, like the tortoise draws all his legs within the shell. His whole consciousness is within. He is inside the heart. So he becomes externally conscious. He becomes Bahirmukha. He was intensely Antarmukha. After her divine touch, he comes out of his Antarmukta and becomes Bahirmukha. He becomes conscious of her touch on his skin. And as soon as that happens, he gradually loses all the golden color and he becomes Sham Sundar again. To prove that he is Krishna only, He's their dear Shamsundar only. He's nobody else. But they were bewildered. What has gone in between to make him like this? What is all the secret all about? So Krishna opened his eyes finally, breaking his meditation. Immediately she asked, what happened to you? What is the secret? Please let us know. How did you assume this form, which all of us we saw? It which has disappeared now. Then he explained that when I was thinking about you in deep separation and love, I experienced ultimate ecstasy, which I love you, and I have already experienced ecstasy of your love so many times. It is not new to me, but this what I experienced today was new to me. It is all because I assumed your mood. I became you in one sense. I became you in one sense. And now I declare to you right now only, I will become this like this again. All this happened because I assumed your mood. Now I want to assume your mood, not for 1 hour or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I want to assume your mood and understand what is it all about. Why I am so attracted? What is there so much in that ecstasy which you are experiencing every time, every day, every moment? I understood that what you are experiencing, I am not experiencing, although I love you. What you experience, I am not experiencing. You are experiencing something extraordinary, which I just tested for a few moments, and you interrupted it by coming in between. Now I am more hungry than before. I promise you that I will take your mood, I'll take your bhav, I'll take your pravrutti, and I will come back again separately on one point agenda, to know you, to know your love for me. So Radharani was Yakul. She became totally intensely emotional. She said, oh, you are going to accept my mood and assume a different form? I'm sure you will become mad. You will fall down in thorns and pebbles and stones. You'll become crazy. You'll not have any control over your existence. And I can't even imagine you in uncontrollable ecstatic situations hurting yourself. So I also promise you, when you come like that, because you are independent, I know you will come in your own independent desire with my mood. So I will cover you that time with my complexion, so that you will not hurt yourself when you will fall in the stones. I'm sure you will fall in waters of Jamuna. You will fall from the tree branches on the ground, and you will fall in unknown places. You don't even know. Your soft butter-like body will be hurt. And that's how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually appeared in spirit on that day. He actually appeared on that day only in spirit to manifest in next Yuga, in Kali Yuga in 1496. But the conceptual birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took place on that day. But that was second time. The first conceptual birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took place in Pilipokar, where Krishna became totally yellow by entering into the pond. That time he didn't say anything. This time he said everything. That time it was incognito. It was all in guesswork only. But His Holiness Barsana Maharaj says that is the first time he actually conceptually gave birth to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But at this time, he obviously and officially said that I will come like this. So this pastime took place when the gopis were searching Krishna. So now they have found Krishna, right? So what they did? They expressed their joys and sorrows. Joy of meeting him and sorrow of searching him in various ways. You know how when the lover meets a beloved for a long time, she or he will get angry. You didn't come, I was mad, I lost my hair, I pulled my hair out and I was crying, and I lost my mascara, I lost my makeup, I lost this, I lost that, my sari got spoiled and you didn't come. And then again they will become happy that you have come now, I'm so happy. So in various ways, Radharani and gopis express their joy and unhappiness together. Then they leveled the sand at the bank of Jamuna by their hand, and they spread their cloth on the shawls on the sand of Jamuna, tinged with kumkum of their own body, because their bodies are smeared with kumkum, aguru and chandan. So they removed their shawls. The shawls had all the tinges of chandan, kumkum, aguru, everything, all scented materials, colorful scented materials, and that was spread on the ground, and Krishna was made to sit on that. And they worshipped, gopis worshipped Krishna sitting on the bank of Jamuna. Krishna was again, without each one knowing, Krishna immediately multiplied himself into many forms to accompany each gopi as single. And each gopi worshipped Krishna. They thought Krishna again with me only. No one knew it. Gopis expressed their anger and asked a very embarrassing question to Krishna. That is in chapter number 32. I would like to take you to the chapter before we close today. In this 32nd chapter, on the shloka number 16, this question is asked. See, gopis are very intelligent, no? What they are saying is, the shloka is like this: Bhajato anubhajantya aneka eka etad vipa parayam nobayamscha bhajantyeka etanno brui sadhubho. Asking as if they are posing a question, but that question is like a taunt to Krishna. The gopi said, some people reciprocate the affection only to those who are affectionate towards them. They are talking in a very general line, but there is quite a good punch for Krishna in that. What they say, some people only love those who love them or reciprocate their love. Listen to this very carefully, whatever you are doing. While others show affection to even those who are not showing any love for them. In fact, they may be inimical to them, or they may be indifferent to them. Sometimes it's like one-sided love. You keep loving, and there's no response on that side. But some people keep doing that. And some people are further advanced, that even those who are inimical to them also they love. This is called Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari means they don't differentiate whether any reciprocation is there or not there. They just love, that's all. To enemies, to friends, to devotees, to non-devotees, to lower living entities, non-human beings, everybody they love. And yet others will not show affection to anyone. That means there are some extremes of people showing love to everybody, and there are some who don't show love to anybody. Dear Krishna, please explain properly this matter to us. That means they wanted to tell Krishna, which category you fit in over here, please let us know. We are here to love you unconditionally. We have left everything and we love you. And you first question us why you came, then you disappear. So what kind of category you fit in, please explain to us properly. This is what they are saying actually. But they are putting up, in a loving atmosphere in bank of Yamuna in the middle of the night. They are putting a philosophical question to him. How he answers? Krishna also is very, very intelligent person. He says, so-called friends who show affection to each other only to benefit themselves are actually selfish. That means when you reciprocate and then you love, that means you are fruitive. You love only when you get reciprocation. So they are very selfish. They only are looking for their own pleasure. They have no true friendship, nor are they following the true principles of religion. Indeed, if they did not expect benefit for themselves, they should not reciprocate. Indeed, if they did not expect benefit from them for themselves, they should not reciprocate. The next he says, "O gopis, some people are genuinely merciful. Unlike parents, he says, naturally affectionate. Such persons who devotedly serve even those who fail to reciprocate to them are following the true, faultless path of religion, and they are true well-wishers." That means now he is justifying that your behavior towards me is genuine because you are loving me even though I am not reciprocating, even though I am disappearing, even though I am not showing equal love to you, you are still loving me. So that is real dharma. That is real people who are following dharma. And he is giving example to pacify them as the parents. How parents are, whether children vomit on their body, not follow the instructions, become disobedient to them, do bad to them in the future. The parents keep loving the children all throughout, whether they love or not love. And he says that is truth. That is dharma, and they are the highest people. Next he says, then there are those individuals who are spiritually self-satisfied. Now he is coming to this justification. Materially fulfilled. There are three categories, he says. They don't reciprocate to anybody. One, those who are self-satisfied, Atma Ram. Second, those who are materially fulfilled. They have everything. They have food, drink, clothes, housing, vehicles, ornaments, everything they have. They are not having any lack or any deprivation. They don't respond to anybody's love because they are fully satisfied. And third one, those who are by nature ungrateful or simply envious. They don't respond. But they're very selfish. And they don't respond to anybody. They just take, and take. Such persons will not love even those who love them. What to speak of loving enemies? They can't love enemies at all. They don't even love the lovers. What to speak of loving enemies? And finally, 32nd verse, he says, 22nd verse. But the reason I do not immediately reciprocate the affection of living entities, because when they worship me, O gopis, why I don't respond to them immediately, O gopis, is that I want to intensify their loving devotion. Then they become like a poor man who has gained some wealth and they have lost it, and who thus becomes so anxious to have it, and they think of nothing else. So now Krishna is justifying why he left. But they wanted to know why he left. They wanted to know, why did you go? Then we are with you, we have given everything, you should have been with us, but you left us. So Krishna is saying, just to increase your intense love for me, just to make you feel longing for my love and value my love, I disappear. Next loka he says, my dear girls, understanding that simply for my sake you had rejected the authority of worldly opinion. That means you have given up dharma actually, in one sense. For myself. You have also given up the authority of Veda injunctions. You have also given up injunctions of your relatives also. That means what all you have given up? Worldly opinion, Vedas, and family members. Everything you have given up. I acted as I did only to increase your attachment to me. Even when I removed myself from your sight, by suddenly disappearing, I never stopped loving you. Therefore, my beloved gopis, please do not harbor any bad feelings towards me. I am your beloved. Do not misunderstand me. That means you may think that I was enjoying when I left you. No, I was also suffering because of a separation. And I didn't give up loving you. But I did that only to intensify your love for me. And then to prove his statement. See, now this can be a kind of a justification. मैंने ऐसा किया तो कारण उसका ये था. Don't misunderstand me. This is the reason behind it. But he has to now justify, substantiate his statements that he really loved them. What he says, this is important. Naparayeham niravadya samyujam swasadu krutyam vibudhayusha pivaha yama bhajan durjara greha shrinkalaha samvruscha tadva pratiyatu sadhunam. This is the most important verse of this chapter. The last verse of chapter number 32. We have not got time to go in depth of these chapters. I'm sorry for that, but nonetheless, this last verse is so important. Even in lifetime of Brahma, please listen to this meaning very carefully. Last verse. Even in the lifetime of Brahma, I will not be able to repay your love. By saying this also, Krishna is expressing the love for them. That I love you so much, you love me so much, I am unable to repay you. Even in one lifetime of Brahma, I will be unable to pay you as a reward anything to your love. Because your love is so affluent, so superfluous, so highest, that I can never think as Supreme Personality of Godhead, owner of all the opulences, source of all the opulences, creator, controller, bhokta, everything. Still, I cannot imagine of repaying or rewarding your love. Please understand. Our relationship is beyond reproach. Nobody can fathom the depth and the expanse and the intensity of our love between each other. Durjara Greha Shankala, you have given up for my sake the most difficult to give up. What is that? Family bondage. Nobody can give up family bondage. It is very difficult. However, we say, whatever we want to say, nobody can give up family bondage. But you have Durjara, that difficult to give up situation. You have given up for me. Now, be content with your own loving activities. Please be happy only. Whatever you are doing, be happy in that only. Because I can't reward you in place of that, in response to that. So, in doing what you are doing, please continue what you are doing as my reward. My reward will be requesting you to continue what you are doing. That's all. It's a helpless condition. Niravadya Sanyujam. Your heart is free from deceit and duplicity. Radhanath Maharaj one time told me why Krishna loves Brijvasis so much. Because their heart is free from duplicity and deceit. No cheating and no duplicitous behavior. Straightforward, clean, transparent heart wins the heart of Krishna. Swasadhu Krityam, I cannot myself compensate you enough. I am unable to properly compensate you for your love for me. Vibhuda Ayushapi, even in life of demigods and Brahma, I cannot imagine of paying you. So this is what the heart of Krishna is. This is what the heart of gopis is. And this is how Krishna glorifies the gopis. Finally, Krishna is proving here that gopis are the highest and I am subordinate to them. I am not their master. They may feel I am Gopinath. They may feel I am master of their life. But I don't feel like that. They have offered everything to me as I am their beloved. But I don't deserve to be their beloved because I don't repay their love. I can't repay. I can't enough compensate their love. I can't reciprocate to them. He feels helpless. He's expressing his helplessness. Never ever Krishna has expressed his helplessness anywhere in the whole activities and leelas and creation everywhere, anywhere. This is the only place where Krishna is utterly expressing his emotional helplessness in front of the power of love of gopis. The power of love of gopis is so strong that it is overwhelming the most powerful personality in the creation, that is Krishna. The most powerful person in the whole creation also is overwhelmed and is weakened and is become helpless in words, in action, in body and soul also. And that by that way, Krishna shows that he also is a person. He is also fond of love very much. He is hungry of love very much. And he becomes subordinate to that love also when you offer that love to him. There is no other one, no other way except love. There is no other way except love.